How's it going, guys, and welcome to Come Dine with Mark. So today I'm going to be making a pulled pork sandwich. Now pulled pork is getting so popular these days. Everyone loves it. It's in all sorts of restaurants and bars and everything all over the place. And it's something that I thought I'd try my hand at. Pulled pork is actually really easy to make. It just takes a long time to cook because of where the part of the animal that it comes from. It's done a lot of work in the lifetime of the animal, so it's tough, it's got a lot of fat, it's got a lot of sinew, so you just need to cook it really long and slow to cook all that out. But once you cook it for so long, you're left with that really stereotypical like pulled pork, amazing texture that sort of falls apart in your mouth. It's got a really kind of deep smoky flavour, and that's what we're going to do. What we start off with is this, which is a pork shoulder. Now this is a seriously cheap cut of meat. I got all of this, which is enough to serve about 5 or 6 sandwiches at least, if not more. Got all that for €5 in a butcher's. So always make sure if you're getting something like this, go to a butcher's, get a really nice cut of meat, and you'll be sorted. Okay, so we're going to cook our pork in this nice big pan here. I'm going to get this up to a high heat, and I'm going to go in with just some leftover oil I have. I'm just going to go with some celery, just some roughly chopped carrots, 3 cloves of garlic, and 3 red onions. Again, you don't need to chop them too fine, you don't need to worry too much about them. They're just going to go in there and colour and then flavour the stock that we're going to cook the pork in. So I'm just going to get a nice big piece of ginger. I think this knife might be a bit too big for the job. Next we're going to go with our pork. Here's the spices I'm going to be using. I'm going to use fennel seeds, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of paprika, and 2 tablespoons of white sugar. I'm just going to gently rub them in. So in there we've got our stock ingredients. We've got the herbs and spices, we've got the pork, we've got the vegetables all in there. Next comes the fun bit. So I'm going to do it with half a bottle of cider. Oh, I know that's going to be good. And the rest from right. And then about 300 or 400 mils of water. That's all going to help keep it really moist while you're cooking it. So I'm going to bring that back up to the boil, and then I'm going to pop it in my oven. My oven's at 160 for about 3 hours. While this is coming to the boil, I'm just going to give this a quick mix. So the pork has just come to the boil there now. I'm going to get a lid on and into the oven for 3 hours. So it's on 160 there, so let's come back in 3 hours and see how it looks. Okay, so that's been ticking away for about 2 hours now. Just going to turn all these off. So yeah, here you can see I've just taken the meat out, and I've just taken it out of the pot. Yeah, as you can see, it's just kind of all coming apart there now, and this is going to make amazing sandwiches or burritos or tacos. And there you go, all the pulled pork ready to go. And when you consider I got all of that meat for a $5, $4.95 to be exact, that is pretty damn impressive. I mean, look at that, that's enough to feed at least 6 people. And feed 6 people well. I mean, that's good quality meat, guys. That is seriously good.
Well, hello there.
So I'm going to make a barbecue sauce just to go with the pork. Just going to get this pan onto a high heat. I've just got a little bit of olive oil in there. And then into that, I'm going to go with a load of ketchup. Give me about half as much of that ketchup in HP sauce. Cool. And then I'm also going to go in with a tablespoon of just balsamic vinegar. Worcestershire. Liam Parents. A tablespoon of Liam Parents.
I'm assuming this will all be edited, so
Inception change. A level tablespoon of paprika. Then about a tablespoon of... Ooh, I'm actually nearly out of honey. Whatever you have left of honey, usually about a tablespoon. And then about a tablespoon of sugar. Yeah, so as you can see, it's getting now a nice, rich, kind of brown colour. We don't want it to cook per se, we just kind of want it to heat through. Ooh! Yep, that's spicy enough. You want to try it?
yeah, that's gorgeous. Ooh, it's nice and sweet.
Awesome. So basically the last thing just to go in here is, I've got the cooking liquid here from the pork. I'm going to go with a spoonful or 2 of this. Now this is all the diced carrots and the onions and the bit of garlic and a little bit of pork juice left over. So I'm just going to go in with this, and then I'm going to crush the carrots because they've been cooking for like 3 hours. They just turn to mush.
Now this is obviously going to be much runnier. So do you want it to thicken up a bit more, or?
Yeah, well, no, I don't need it to be. I don't need it to be too thick because it's so intense. Like you don't need too much.
It's fairly intense. I may leave this room from intensity.
You have no idea how often that happens. I eat dinner and he leaves the room from intensity.
Tune in next week when we will not be in the kitchen.
Okay, so as you can see here, we've just got the bread out of the toaster and we just put a bit of pork on it, some of the barbecue sauce on there, and I've just sliced up some apple that I'm just going to put on top of here for absolutely no reason other than I think it might be nice. Alright, I'm just going to go with my personal favourite, bit of rocket. Yeah, so we've got the rocket on there, and then just on top, oh yeah, that's what you want. And okay, and then just cut them in half. There you go.
Thank you very much, sir.
And there we have it. Perfect pulled pork sandwich with barbecued sauce, rocket lettuce, a little bit of apple. Awesome. Alright, tuck you in, man.
Special thanks to Joe and Ethan Cohen who made it out here to direct tonight's video.
Oh man, that's good. I'm sorry, but if you want to get the recipe, it'll be available in the box below. He just found the box below, I think is what that was. Stop that.
Why is there a lot of people saying first?
Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again next time.